Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kay. It's good to have you with us as usual. Today, we are back in Trace World. I have a rail tour that I wanted to get in. With that being said, let's actually hop into the rundown. So, the witty wordplay for today is World Tour. We are in the Class 47 doing a rail tour to Glasgow Central. I'm also into bonus, if I'm saying that correctly. Service number 1Z97. And as usual, you can catch me on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST. And as usual, I have the game already loaded, so let's jump into it. All right, so here we are in the Class 47. We'll get the safety systems up. We'll get this on because without this, we're not going anywhere. Acknowledge. Master key. We'll put the reverser into forward. We'll get the brakes down to minimum, just so that our gauges can catch up and we can actually depart on time. While we're waiting, we'll hop out. We have about a minute before departure, and we'll take a look at this. As you can see, BR Blue 47. And we're a rail tour today. We're in Newton. We're running the green livery. While we're here, just get my lights up. We'll hop back in and get the marker lights on as well. There we go. That looks better. And looks like we're ready for departure. We'll set up for a flyway. Releasing the brakes. And applying power. .4 miles to Glasgow Central. I don't normally do rail tours, but I had quite fun running in Scotland earlier today. And I wanted to get some more fun while I'm still here. As you can see, looks like a 385 passing us to the right there, followed by 170. 1.3% uphill gradient as we are 5.1 miles to Glasgow. We can get up to 50. I really do like the Class 47. I love playing it on Classic as well. I know a lot of people would rather this have been a BR Blue, but we do have one on the end, so we kind of do have a BR Blue. Five miles to Glasgow. Full beans here. Although I'm not seeing my instrument lights on. Just gonna back up off the power here. Keep it in the green. If you enjoy my content, please leave a like. Tell a few friends. Maybe they'll like it as well. Subscribe. Lets me know you appreciate my work. It's not always about the size of the channel, but the content. If the content is good, it's nice to hear it once in a while. And that way I can continue to give you more great content. Downhill, 1% gradient. Just under 4 miles to Glasgow Central. Where most likely we will be picking up our Railtour passengers. Backing off the brakes here. I really do like the Cathcart DLC. Fife Circle was pretty good too. As well as the Sprinter DLC that they have on this as well. Quite enjoyable. Gonna apply little brakes here. We're still on a downhill of 1.0% with 3.3 miles to go to Glasgow. So on the stream earlier, we actually put in about 4.5 hours of gameplay. I still have some more to go, but 4.5 hours to sit down and watch someone play is quite a long time. Maybe if I looked a little bit better, people would actually want to see me for a longer period of time. But we're 3 miles to Glasgow. like a 380. Line speed drops to 25. Applying some brakes here. Just under 3 miles to Glasgow. I wonder where I can get one of these fancy DTG bubble jackets that they have on here. Because clearly they're trying to market themselves. I've seen the bags as well. I've seen a lot of fancy looking bags earlier. Line speed drops to 25 here. We'll hop out for a little bit, get some fresh air. I do love hearing the rail squealing. As we're now speeding. .5 miles to Glasgow. I do appreciate the new updated timetable as well. And we get up to 35 now. There's only one other vehicle I've actually heard this on, and that was the Class 90 with the rail squealing as you cut into those curves. Line speed drops to 30. And 250 yards. We are on a downhill gradient of 1.3%. So we're a little steep here. As you see the 30 coming up. Back up off the brakes here. I can actually hear it in the cab too. It's pretty cool. I'm actually going to open a window. That sounds amazing. This is part one of a three-part scenario. Line speed drops to 35 here. As the gradient levels out. 1.7 miles to Glasgow Central. I just really like hitting that horn. It almost reminds me of the horn on the Class 37 in Train Sim Classic. Acknowledge. .4% downhill gradient. We're sitting on yellow. Looks like we have red. Can't tell if that's my red. Just gonna creep up a little more. Yes, I believe that's my red. We'll hold here. We'll hop outside while we're waiting. Let me get me off. Giggity. I will say I do like it in this green color here. Eisenbahn Kingdom Brunel. And what's the logo? Great Western Railways Company. We were probably waiting for that. Looked like a 313. You have a classic BR in the back. What is this thing? Most likely a mosque. Usually I make fun of the NPCs. I don't think I'm going to do that today. As it look like we have the yellow. Squeeze in here. Get your ass out my way, please. Thank you. We'll get the brakes off. And apply some power. Look at that clag. Still on yellow here, so I'm going to be a little more careful. Uphill gradient of 0.1%. 1.2 miles to Glasgow Central. And we have a green. Line speed drops to 25 here. I believe my max speed is 75 miles per hour, although it says otherwise in the cab. We're 1 mile away from Glasgow. Where I'm sure we will be turning back around, picking up some passengers. As you see, in a Zuma and a 313 passing us. Less than a mile. Line speed drops down to 20. We have a 0.8% uphill gradient. Scheduled to arrive at platform 2. So I'm actually assuming that we're going to have to cross over some tracks here in a minute. Downhill gradient of 0.5%. There's plenty of traffic coming out Glasgow with this new timetable. As you see, a 158. Four-car set. 15 miles an hour entering Glasgow, which is just about the right speed. I think anything more entering a terminal platform is way too much. As it looks like we're chasing this 158. Line speed drops to 15, just past the light. There we go. Platform 2 for us. One last hop out. Such a cool shot. I don't know what river this is, but it's really cool. It kind of reminds me of Washington, D.C., if you've ever been. But this is Glasgow. Looks like that 385 is ready to depart. Love the sound of those zeros. As we arrive in Glasgow Central. Pulling up to the bumper. Perfect. All right, we'll shut down this end. We'll get the reverser into the off position. Master keys out. We'll turn the marker lights back off. And the headlights are off as well. And we will switch cabs. Bye-bye, beautiful green. We'll walk to the other end. Hello, people. I hope you enjoy your rail tour today. We are scheduled to depart in 4.5 minutes. Always nice to greet the lovely people that want to keep me employed as we look at our BR Blue. Let's hop in and get focused for our journey. Get the door closed. We'll hop in the seat. We'll get the safety systems up again. Or does it transfer? Let's see. Is this, no, it's not. We'll acknowledge that. Let's get this window open while we're at it. Instrument lights are on. Let's get the markers up. Get the brakes down to minimum. Master key. Reverser. Headlights are back on, but it also took off my markers. So we'll get that back up. And we'll just hop out and take a look. Well, there's a lot of services in this station. Quite frankly, I am impressed. Gotta love this new timetable. Excuse me. Alright, marker lights are on. Hopping in a number 8 camera. So we can fly a little further away. Almost got hit by a 380. Literally every track has a train on it. It's something that we probably couldn't say a month ago. Some nice touches. Everything except for track 1. As we get ready to let the passengers on for the rail tour. When I was in Edinburgh, Waverley earlier, there were some bagpipes playing. I was actually hoping I could get something similar here, but I guess not. But we are ready for our service to start in 5 seconds. So it's time to board. Two minutes to departure. As the passengers board. I really do like the red coaches. It's pretty cool. As we take a little stroll around Glasgow. This looks pretty damn neat. Between the two big stations in Scotland, I kind of like this one better. This one has more foot traffic on it that I've noticed anyway. They both have these big departure boards, which to me is actually pretty cool. I can like just sit here and watch the trains come and go. I actually want to get a picture of this while every train is on a platform here. And the Pendolino just came in. A little upset I missed that. Let me get myself off here, giggity. It's pretty cool. Looks like we're ready to depart. Just gonna speed my way down. Set up for a flyway. We'll get the doors closed here. Slam doors slamming. Brakes releasing. And applying power. 15 leaving. As we look at our Robin Hood 47, BR Blue. Still not seeing passengers. But I get paid either way, so. As we say goodbye to Glasgow. As we cross over the bridge. Pretty cool looking bridge. Applying some more power. .3 miles to Nielsen. This is our first Railtour run in Scotland on this channel. I quite like this Class 47. I may look to do some more runs, some more rail tours. We'll start a whole new series, and we'll call it World Tour. Doesn't just have to be in Scotland. It can be in England. It can be in Wales. It can be in America. But this can actually be a whole new series. Lots of graffiti that I don't remember seeing on Train Sim Classic. Some nice artwork there. Hop back in before AWS goes off. We get up to 25 here. As I believe we just transferred to the up slow lines. Or maybe not even, because we're going a different way than the normal line. Not sure, I've never been on this tour. And it definitely does not go this way in Classic. .6 miles to Nielsen. As you can hear the rail squealing from the outside. Downhill gradient of 0.1% as the line speed increases to 30. Just coming through a little rail tour. Nothing to see here. Just showing the tourists this beautiful country. Uphill gradient of 1.4%. Backing off on the power here. Lots of wall art on this line. Line speed drops down to 30 again. .5 miles to Nielsen. Is this an actual tour? Like, does this Railtour really exist? IRL? Obviously, it's something I will never know. Although I am coming out there in another month. This is not on my bucket list. Although I do want to actually hit Glasgow. I will not be doing so this trip. I will be touching Edinburgh as I make my way out to Fort William, where I'll be staying for a night, visiting some locks out there. I believe my hotel is a B&B off of one of the locks out there. I really want to visit Loch Ness. That's the more famous one to me as an American. But I would like to see more than just one. I'm not staying at Loch Ness, but I think I will be taking a trip out to, is it Malay? Is that how you pronounce it? Malay? So I will be on the Highlander. Line speed drops to 20. I'm gonna hop out for a little bit. Beautiful sight. How could you not like the 47? Anyone who doesn't like the 47, there's something wrong with you. I have the AP version of this. Unless I'm missing something, my version sounds a little off. My version doesn't sound good to me. I may have to re-download it, but something sounds off about my version of the 47 on Classic. On here it sounds great. Full beans here. Uphill gradient of 0.5%. We are 6.4 miles away to Nielsen. As you hear the zero train, the zeroing. Just over 6 miles to Nielsen. I really do wish there was a passenger camera that we could hit on this keyboard, just so we can see what the passengers are up to. Get some interior views as a passenger. I think that would be cool. I mean, we have it in Classic, and Classic never has anyone in the seats. Like, the NPCs on World are a lot more, I wouldn't say better behaved, because they do some shenanigans as well. That's my favorite word, shenanigans, when it comes to the NPCs. Some jump off of platforms. Some like to get ran over by trains. Some like to get stuck in bridges, overhead bridges. And they all like to kick my camera, which I fucking hate. I just wish the actual camera could be transparent, like it could go through anything, so that objects doesn't make it move, kind of like in Classic. I really do like the camera in Classic a lot better. Uh, 5.1 miles to Nielsen. % uphill gradient. Back off on the power here. Don't want it to overheat. Keep it in the green. I don't think I've ever came this way. This DLC really is underrated. I can't believe I've had this for so long and I've not really played this that much. There's There's so much to do now. I don't know if that's because of the new timetable, but this looks like a really busy DLC. Pushing the yellow here. Still have a 1% uphill gradient. We're 3.5 miles away from Nielsen. I'm not sure if there's a return trip here, but there is a part 3. It might be to put the train away, but we'll see. This is, we'll say, episode 1 of our world tour scenario, where we will be doing rail tours. Three miles to Nielsen. This bridge looks cool. I'll hop out real quick. It's pretty cool. You guys know I love my scenery. Uphill gradient of 1%. We'll get some more power in here. Trying to find the balance. It's gonna have to be there for now. Such a steep gradient. Don't want her to get pushed too hard. Just under 2 miles to Nielsen. When you push, they push back. And usually when they push back, they're always going to win. .6 miles to Nielsen. Look at some air here. Hop back in just in time. Line speed drops down to 15 as we approach Nielsen. Steep uphill gradient of 1%. 600 yards to Nielsen. Approaching our destination of Nielsen. Applying some braking here. Rest signal at the end of the platform. This is Nielsen. Alright, let's get the doors open. Slam doors slamming. Looks like we have the signal. Releasing the brakes here. And applying power. Leaving the platform. Single track. Pulling up to the bumper. All right, and we have less than a minute to depart. Let's get the safety systems back up. Headlights back on, instrument lights back on. Without this, we're definitely not going anywhere. Acknowledge the warning. We'll get the marker lights back on as well. Master key on. Reverser back into forward. Let's get the windows open. Release the brakes. Departure in 10 seconds. We'll open this window as well. And we'll wait for our signal. All right, and we have the road. $15 miles an hour leaving here. As we make our way to Newton on this lovely rail tour. Downhill gradient now increases to 1%. Keeping it in the green. It's a nice steady pace. Miles to Newton. I've quite enjoyed this run. Not bad for our first rail tour. I wonder what they're building over there to the right. It's interesting. Just under 10 miles to Newton. Struggling to get up this hill. Although it looks like it's an uphill, but it's actually down. Mine's playing tricks. %1 downhill gradient. Line speed drops to 50 miles an hour in 500 yards. And we're 9.4 miles away from Newton. Nice, bright, sunny day in Scotland. At just about 2:38. Such a lovely shot over here. Pop back in before I get a AWS going off. Just letting it glide down this hill. Although it's gliding too fast, now I gotta put a little brake in. 8.4 miles to Newton. As an American, I would be so excited if this was in my backyard. Like these houses here. I'm sure they're probably sick of it though. They see it every day. I don't get cool stuff like this in the United States. That's why I gotta come out to England all the time. Get my daily fix like a crackhead. A junkie just scratching my wrist, feeding for that next fix. It's kind of how I feel when I go to the UK. Pretty steep downhill trip we're on. It's been at 1% gradient pretty much since we left. I'm gonna hop out for a little bit. just letting it idle, using the speed of the hill to get us down. Plenty to play with here. Still got another 6 miles. 6 miles per hour, I should say. Before I need to worry about hitting some braking. Saving some gas over here. Keeping the carbon footprint a little more cleaner. As we now have to put some brake in. Just under 6 miles to Newton. If you're still watching at this point, I want to thank you for watching me for so long. Hope you're enjoying the video. If you'd like to talk to me, you can find me on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST for all my friends in the UK. I know a wide majority of my audience is from the UK area. I do have some followers from Germany. I appreciate you as well. A couple of Russian followers as well. I appreciate you as well too. Drop it down to 20 here. And 700 yards. I've not put a drop of gas in for probably the past 3 miles, at least. I say that as I put some in. Just keeping the air a little cleaner. Decline has cut in half to 0.5%. As the line speed drops to 20, as we meet up with another section of track here. Five miles to Newton. Very interesting cross section here. Cathcart Circle is a very interesting mix of tracks. As we get up to 25. .8 miles to Newton. Line speed increases to 50 and 400 yards. Just over 4 miles to Newton. Uphill gradient of 0.2%. Just under 4 miles to Newton. Just under 3 miles to Newton. Line speed drops to 30. A little bit before we reach our final destination. Two miles to Newton. We have a downhill gradient of 1%. Backing off the power here. One mile to Newton. 1/6 of a mile to a 30-mile-an-hour drop. As we approach our final destination. Starting my final descent. Acknowledge. Yellow. Looks like single yellow. Approaching Newton. Line speed decreased to 30 miles an hour here. Just about 600 yards to Newton. Line speed increased to 40 miles an hour here, but we are stopping. 400 yards to the platform. And we are clear to the platform. Most likely a red at the other end. Initial braking. Hope you guys enjoyed your tour. Come back anytime. As we conclude episode 1 of this World Tour series. Doors will be opening on the left. And that will conclude our run on this rail tour. Starting off in Newton and finishing in Newton after we took a trip to Glasgow. Let's hop into the rundown. And today was all about the World Tour. New series we have created on the King Kaye Games channel. This is episode 1. Our first rail tour, and we started off in Scotland. driving to class 47, service number 1Z97, Moss End to Bonus. And also, as usual, you can catch me Sundays 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST for my UK friends. But that's actually going to do it for me today. Hope you guys actually enjoyed yourself. If you like this new series that we're starting, just let me know. If not, just tell me you don't like it and we'll try to do something else. But I will actually talk to you guys on Sunday. Hope you have a good rest of your week. Look out for some more content from me. Some shorts as well. I'm doing a lot of shorts lately. Until then, I will see you guys later. Take care.